Hello there, learners. Welcome back to the final session this week of Learning English with Miss K. And our last topic for this week is all about citing sources. So for today, we're going to cover the last objective, which is to recognize proper conventions in citing sources and to show respect for intellectual property rights by acknowledging citations made in an informative speech. So what is a citation? When we say citation, it is a way of giving credit to individuals for their creative and intellectual works that, of course, you utilize to support your writing or research. So typically, a citation can include the following items or entries such as author's name, date, location of the publishing company, journal title, or the DOI, or what we refer to as the Digital Object Identifier. So in-text or citation actually comes in two forms. First is the in-text citation. When we say in-text citation, it includes the information about the sources used within the body of the academic text. So for example, an in-text citation includes information about the sources used within the body of academic texts. Those in open parentheses, Abellio 2022. Or it could also be in another form, such as defined by Abellio 2022, an in-text citation includes information about the sources used within the body of academic texts. So either way, you can use in order to have an in-text citation. So again, this is how an in-text citation looks like. You add the surname of the author, the year, and the information you derive from them. So other than the in-text citation, we also have the reference list, which is an alphabetical list of the sources you cited in your speech or academic essay. So this one is somehow similar to what we call bibliographies, wherein we found this at the end of our paper, wherein we cited properly all of the references we use, with the complete information already. But again, whenever we use a reference in our writing, we have to write both the in-text citation on our paragraphs and cite those as well in our reference list. So citation style, it actually dictates an information necessary or how the information should be ordered. There are different styles of citation. One way of categorizing them is on the academic discipline involved. So these are some of the most common citation style. APA stands for American Psychological Association, which is used in the field of education, psychology, and sciences. MLA or Modern Language Association style, used in the field of humanities. Chicago or Turabian style is generally used by business, history, and fine arts. Ayan. But for this lesson, we are only going to cover APA style for the reason that it is one of the often used citation style. Again, we will be dealing with APA or American Psychological Association style under the 7th edition or the latest edition. So here we have in-text citation, parenthetical versus narrative, direct and block quotation, reference list for book, articles, other print resources, electronic resources, and audiovisual media. So in-text citation, let's go back to the idea of in-text citation. There are a variety of ways to do in-text citation. First is what we call the parenthetical in-text citation, wherein we put the surname of the author and the year it was published at the end of the paragraph, such as this one. That's why we call it parenthetical, in parentheses. When we say narrative in-text citation, it means that the in-text citation is part of the paragraph or narrative itself, meaning to say we create an introduction for that. Say, for example, as defined by the surname of the author, Abellia, close and open parenthesis, 2022, and then the statement. Now, if you're going to quote a specific data or information directly without paraphrasing, without summarizing it, it's either you use direct quotation or block quotation. If it's direct quotation, it's almost similar to narrative 1, wherein we put according to surname Cope, close and open parenthesis, year of publication, But we have to put quotation mark to the statement that we derive, such as this one. And then at the end, close and open parenthesis, we are going to put the page number where we derive the data. Say for example, page 10. If it's multiple pages, you can write 2Ps or PPs, tapos, and then 10. And then the number of pages. Okay? So again, if it's direct quotation, it's almost similar to narrative in-text citation. It's just that here, after the surname and the year, we put quotation mark for the data, and then close and open parenthesis, the page number. Again, if it's multiple pages, you can write 2-letter P's and then the number of pages. For block quotation, usually, if you are going to quote directly statements which consist of more than 40 words, you are going to use block quotation. And it follows this format. So the first statement or introductory statement is made by you. Say, for example, today, digital cameras have practically taken over photography. And then you're going to have as Johnson 2010 or surname and then the year of publication explained, the exact wordings, and then at the end, the page number. After you are going to finish that with your own analysis or interpretation. Again, we use block quotation if our direct statement or directly quoted statement exceeds 40 words or 40 words or more. Now, when we talk about reference lists, there are different formats depending on the type of reference you are using. Let's say, for example, in books, this is the format that we are following, the basic format. The surname of the author, initials, year of publication in close and open parenthesis, title of work in italic, capital, and then the title of work in italic, yes. Then the name of the publisher, the DOI if available. If not, then leave it as is. This is the example that we have. For articles, when it comes to articles, there are a variety of articles or references for articles, and we follow this basic format of author or surname of the author, the initials, if there are multiple authors, author B and C, and then year of publication, title of the article, title of periodical in italic, the volume number in italic as well, and then close and open parenthesis, the issue number, comma, pages, and the DOI if available. These are the example of citation for article in print journal. This one is an electronic journal or articles we derive in the internet or from the internet. This is for article in a magazine, article in a newspaper. And all of these articles still follow the same format that we have or the basic format that we have. Next would be for other prints. When we say other prints, it includes dictionaries, thesaurus, encyclopedia. And this is the basic format that we have. Institution or organization name, for example, Merriam-Webster's Incorporated. And then the year it was published. Title of the entry, let's say GOAT. And in title of reference work, in Merriam-Webster Collegiate Dictionary 10th edition. And then the edition, page number, year, and then the publisher name. For electronic sources or the information we derive online, we can use this very format. Last name of the author, and then the initials, the year it was published, month is what it was published, and then the date it was published. In italic, the title of the study. Say, for example, this one, laziness does not exist. And then the site name or the name of the website. And of course, do not forget the link or the URL. This is also an example of that. If the author, name of the author is not available, you can use the group names. Say, for example, American Society for Prevention of Cruelty to Animals. If the author's name is not listed and there is no group that could represent the source, then you can start with the title of the page, and then follow the rest of the format. When it comes to audiovisual materials such as photos, images, videos, you can use the following formats. For YouTube video, you can follow this format of a person or group who uploaded the video. This one, for example, this one, Tasty. Date of publication, the year, month, and then the date. Title of the video in italic. And then video, the website YouTube, and then the URL or the link. For photograph not associated with a museum, you can follow this format: the photographer who owns the photo, the year publication, title of photograph in italic, and then photograph, then the source, for example, New York Times, and then the URL or the link. So that is for our discussion of citation. These are the references we use for today's discussion. Also, you can click the title of the categories if you want to read more or have further readings. But in order to check your understanding about this session, please answer the following questions on your English notebook. What is citation? What is its purpose? Enumerate the different citation styles and differentiate in-text citation from reference list. So this very references is an example of reference list. So thank you so much for listening, and I'll see you all next time.